Hello and good morning, everyone. It is the day for World of Warcraft chores. Not super excited about. I haven't been feeling World of Warcraft lately, but I gotta get my chores done or I don't get my bonuses. And you know how the fear of missing out impacts us all. So, got a little bit of that FOMO. So we're gonna do some World of Warcraft chores today. You're gonna help me make it a little less boring to get through these chores, and we're gonna get through this hopefully short week because it is Juneteenth coming up, which means I get a short week. Very, very hyped for that. Hopefully, you too get a short week out of this. We're about halfway through the month, short week this week, and then a short week on the 4th, because the 4th being on a Friday, which is also awesome. So, very, very excited for some holidays coming up, some well deserved time off, and you're here to make my chores a little bit easier. So, good morning. Good morning, Ben. How is it going this morning? Welcome in to the chores. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh, it's my favorite one. I love this one. I love moving the mirrors around. This is always a lot of fun. Hopefully they fixed it. This one's been broken for a little bit, so hopefully it's not as as broken anymore. Hopefully they've gotten that fixed a little bit. Gonna pick someone up from a sleep study. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out. I'm hoping to get Emmy into a sleep study here soon, get her better sleep. I think it's one of those things that like a lot of people like don't get. It's like, oh, I don't need one, but I think most people could probably benefit from a sleep study in some way, shape, or form, right? Like, I think most people could probably do with improving their sleep somehow. Let's change you, damage dealer. Okay. Probably need one myself. Sleep app. I think the last time I saw, like, they said sleep apnea impacts something like 50, 60% of Americans. I don't even know. So I definitely feel like a lot of people could probably benefit from a sleep study and they don't even know it yet. I know at some point I probably could have. I don't need it anymore. I've lost enough weight where I think my sleep apnea has gone away. But I definitely feel like it's something I probably could have benefited from at some point in my life. I think I'm in the wrong spec for doing this. I think I got this wrong. We'll make it though. I sleep in shifts. There's always these people who talk about that. Apparently, they say that humans were never meant to sleep like all the way through the night. That originally the way we were supposed to sleep is like you sleep for like 2 to 4 hours, and then you get up and then you sleep for another 2 to 4 hours, and like you're up at midnight and you're supposed to use those hours for like study and other things. So apparently, that's what people say. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but I've heard a few people say that. So, KS, good morning. Hello. The same thing with like, I've heard people say like the whole reason why we have like night owls is because if all humans slept during the night, obviously that wouldn't be safe for like living in caves and such. So, we need people who sleep during the day and such so that you have people who are watching his shifts at night. So like it makes sense, but I don't know if there's any truth to that. Have you seen Clavicular's face after surgery? I have never even seen Clavicular. I have no idea who. I know he's like a looks maxer dude, but I couldn't point him out of a crowd to be honest. I don't keep up on any of that. What happened to him? Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I guess we're talking about clavicular this morning. He is descended. Does that mean that he like lost his looks maxing looks? Is he a normal person now? I guess I don't like to use the word normal, but is he just like look like your everyday Tom, Dick, and Harry now? I bought a 50-gallon fish tank yesterday. I'm going to use it for axolotls. Axolotls, I love. I love all the axolotls. I love seeing all the axolotl content. They axolotls and capybaras. Those are two of the most like trendy meme sort of animals lately, and they deserve it. They're good. He's not mogging anymore. Was Clavicular the guy who I remember a while ago? There was a guy who made a TikTok where he said he was going to train his jaw, and so he got like a jaw trainer off of the TikTok shop and worked out his jaw muscles for like an hour every single day. Is that who Clavicular was? Yes, send me videos of the axolotls. I enjoy a good axolotl video. I like those little dudes. They're adorable. Also cool little animals, though they're a lot harder to see. Water bears. If you've never seen anything on water bears, you should check out. Like they're such like durable, cool little dudes, but they're so hard to see because you need a microscope to see them. But water bears have a lot of really cool stuff about them. It could have been him, but all Lux Maxers train their jaw. I'm pretty sure, you know, I'm not a scientist, not a doctor, but I'm like 80% sure we were never meant to, as humans, work out our jaws. Like the jaw muscle doesn't seem like one that needs regularly working out. So that just seems like you're begging for problems to happen, you know? I'm pretty sure we're not meant to work out our jaws. Though then again, if you look at my body, what do I know about working out, you know? Gonna try and get a black and white one like yin and yang. Interesting. I've only seen the pink axolotls. I didn't know you could get them in different didn't know you could get them in different colors. A black axolotl would be pretty cool. It's one of those things that like I may not know a lot, but you know, basic logic dictates. It's like the people who work out specific muscle groups. Like there are certain muscle, like working out your tongue, for example. Like your tongue is pretty strong already. Like what benefit could you possibly have to working out your tongue? Like I don't see that being a beneficial thing, you know? All right, we're gonna move this mirror like that. They have fluorescent ones that shine under. Oh, that's cool. Like the are they the tetra fish? Those are always like when you go to Petco. It's one of my favorite things to see is like the little tetra fish that all glow under the lamp. Like those are always so cool. Definitely love those fish. I might have just bit off more than I can chew. We're taking a little bit of hot damage here. Let's see. Why am I taking so much damage? Something's hurting me way more than it should be. I don't know why, but I think we can do this. Woo, just barely. Yeah, I would love to keep jellyfish. Like I absolutely love jellyfish. I would love so much to keep jellyfish, but I have like no idea like I don't have the first clue of how do you keep jellyfish? How do you maintain a happy habitat for jellyfish? How do you keep them be healthy, safe, all that sort of thing? I would love to be a jellyfish keeper. I don't think I am I don't think that I am capable of being a jellyfish keeper, but I would love to keep jellyfish. If you want to spend money, you can get one that's bred with black and green eyes. That's pretty cool. And like someone needs to invent like you can buy like the jellyfish lanterns that are like really cool that the jellyfish are like dancing around in there, but they all always look so cheap and look like they're gonna break after just like two or three uses, you know? Like someone needs to make a good jellyfish lamp, one that actually like functions and looks like good jellyfish. You know, they all look so cheap. Like the one I was looking at was literally a prize from like an arcade. So I understand why it's cheaply made because it's a prize from an arcade, but I feel like someone could make a better looking one that actually functions and looks like jellyfish without just looking like plastic. Yeah, you can get the animated ones that are powered by light from the lamp, but they all look cheap. They all look like they would break after a short amount of time, you know? All right, this is going poorly, so we're going to swap you to tank. And then we're going to swap you to Windwalker. There we go. Speaking of animatronics, I saw there is someone is selling a Freddy Fazbear fully functional helmet, and a part of me wanted to get the fully functional helmet for airsofting. Like, imagine getting on the airsoft field and Freddy Fazbear comes running out of the field and lights you up. Like that seems like it might be a good time. So I'm debating whether I want to be Freddy Fazbear on the airsoft field or not. Got to sand down the tank. I know nothing about caring for those tanks, so whatever you say you have to do, I believe it, because I don't know anything about it. I do like fish tanks. I just don't think I could ever keep a fish tank. Like the maintenance required is that it's a lot of work, and well, we have cats, so I would definitely be afraid that the fish would get spooked by the cats. All right, let's deal some damage. Let's get. I need to do one delve. I need to do one fishing. I need to do 5 quests. Lots of WoW chores today. But you are making it much more bearable to sit here. Like so many people talk about needing a second screen where when they have to do their daily WoW chores, they just pop up like a second screen. It's like how bad of game design is that people say, oh well, the game's tolerable if you have a second monitor and you pull up Netflix or something in the background. Like shouldn't the goal be the game is engaging enough that you don't have to pull up Netflix and watch Netflix while you're doing the chores? Like they should definitely rethink parts of that. But so many people have just accepted like, oh, that's just MMOs, right? I'm very excited to see what they do with Guild Wars 3 was announced, right? And I'm hoping Guild Wars 3 can come out and make some changes and say, just because every MMO for the past 5-10 years, whatever, has made all the MMOs like this doesn't mean that we have to adhere to that any longer, right? Like, I hope they come at it with new ideas saying, just because it was done like this, we want to do it this way. We want to see what it looks like if we implement these changes or do these things. So hopefully Guild Wars 3 gives us some good reprieve from the monotony. Did you ever play Destiny as a content creator? How did you feel about shutting down? I never played Destiny 2. I played a little bit of Destiny 1 and it never grabbed me. So like I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm sad for the people who are losing it, right? Like any game shutting down just means that it's gone forever, and that's a huge bummer. Like even Anthem. Anthem is not a good game by any means. It could have been a good game, but they messed up so much parts of Anthem. But like it doesn't mean I want the game to go away forever, right? Like I want people to be able to go and play Anthem if they want to go play Anthem. I don't know why you'd want to go play Anthem, but they should have the ability to go play Anthem if they want to. So I don't like the idea of games just shutting down and those servers are just gone forever. I would much rather that the game live on in some way, shape, or form rather than just going away forever. And I'm pretty sure that's like the whole stop killing games. That's like their whole thing is like we need online games to be made offline accessible or things like that, because when they're not, it sucks when they just disappear forever, especially for like Destiny 2. I'm pretty sure you can buy like cosmetics for Destiny 2, right? So like people have spent money on that game and that's just gone forever. Like that's how do you justify those microtransactions just going away forever? That's terrible. Same thing like League of Legends. I know people have spent thousands of dollars on skins for League of Legends. Like I couldn't imagine just losing access to all those skins and being told, sorry, those are just gone forever now. Like, sorry you spent that money, but I guess it's no different in theory than like buying a hamburger, right? Like you consume the hamburger and then it's gone. So like I guess skins can be looked at the same way, but I don't want the skins to be looked at the same way. You know, I don't want people to feel like, oh well, this is only a limited time purchase and eventually it'll go away. All right, Ben, have a good day. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Oh, come on, we gotta move faster. We're getting hurt. Faster. There we go. And let's try and finish this guy here because I don't think I can survive another assault like that. So one more time. I think we can beat him before he does his stuff again. We'll heal up Valera for a second. There we go. Come on. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. No, that's not good. All right, I was worried for a second there, but we managed that. Now we just need that guy to go away. Well, what's everyone else up to today? Ben was doing a little bit of talking. What's everyone else up to? You all got quiet all of a sudden. Any 4th of July plans for anyone out there? As always, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try and get some fireworks photos. But you know, I don't know. I don't know if this makes me anti-American or just makes me a stick in the mud. But I think we've reached a point in society where we can all say like, do we really need fireworks anymore? Like, I love fireworks. I'm the first person to say I love the way fireworks look. I love the way that the displays are. I love the whole event. But like, they scatter animals, they harm veterans, they cause fires. Like, I think, and I don't like the drone show replacements. Drone shows are cool, but I don't like the drone show replacements. So like, I think we can move on from it, right? I think we've reached a part of society where we can just move on from fireworks shows and just say we don't need this anymore. So I'm especially worried for like my cats, and there's some kittens on my porch that I didn't want the kittens, but we got kittens. Some outdoor kitty had a litter of kittens, and they're adorable. You know, I want the best for them. I can't take care of them, unfortunately. I don't have the money to be able to take them all to the vet, but you know, I don't want them to all get scared of the fireworks and scatter and run around. You know, so like I hate fireworks season. Not to mention we have some really bad neighbors in our neighborhood who are the kind of people like, oh, 4th of July is coming up, so let's stay up till midnight or 3 a.m. every single day and light off fireworks for 2 weeks. And it's so frustrating, right? Like the disrespect of everyone else around us, the uncaring for other people. I hate fireworks season. I love the way fireworks look, but I hate the existence of fireworks. And like I said, the drone shows are not a good makeup for it. Like there truly is not a good alternative to fireworks. Like they are very unique, the way they sound, the way they are, everything about them. So I understand why people are reluctant to let them go, but I think it's time for us to admit as a society that these were cool, but they can stay in the past. We don't need access to fireworks anymore. Or maybe like only allow state sanctioned fireworks shows and put them in areas that will have low impact and low chances of fire and all that sort of thing. Like that, I think that could be a good compromise, like saying, hey, the fireworks show this year is going to be on the coast. So if you can't deal with fireworks, then you rent a hotel somewhere else, go move somewhere else for a little bit, and you can avoid the fireworks and there'll be a low impact. And because it's being done here, there's a lower chance of fire. Like I think there are compromises and solutions, but it seems like right now everyone's solution is, well, we can't solve it 100%, so let's do nothing, right? And that's such a frustrating defeatist mentality that people have. Like, well, we can't find a perfect solution that will 100% solve everything, so instead we have just chosen to do nothing about it. Like, the hardly ever in life are you ever going to find a solution that 100% solves everything and makes everyone happy, right? Like, it's just that's just not going to happen. I think we can all see that from like our elections, for example. It doesn't matter what you do, someone is going to be upset at some point, and sometimes you just gotta say, you know what? I respect that you're upset, but it doesn't matter. We're moving forward with a solution. Also, have you seen? Apparently, Code Orange is going like crazy right now. That people are spotting already Christmas and Halloween stuff on store shelves. Someone was showing off the new Lowe's animatronic that's going to be coming out this year, which is like a Grim Reaper holding on to like a gaslit lamp and floating. And I kind of want to get it. Like I'm not a huge fan of animatronics, but I can see taking some good photos with that. Like I feel like it'd be a fun photo opportunity. So I'm debating whether I want to get that one or not. Lowe's also last year released a skeleton DJ, and it came with cute little ghost children that would Bluetooth in and dance to it. And I thought that was absolutely adorable. So I hope that comes back out this year, or I can find some that are like someone bought and decided they don't like and used, because I kind of want to get that one. I don't know what I would do with it, because if I decorate the outside of my house, that means people are going to come and trick or treat, and we don't want trick or treaters. I know, again, that's going to make me stick in the mud sort of guy, but I don't want random children coming onto my property. I don't want the responsibility of it. I don't want to deal with it. Not to mention we live in the really bad part of town. Like no parent in their right mind should let their kids be trick or treating in the area that we are in. It's such a terrible place for that. So like I never anticipate trick or treaters, and I know that everyone dunks on it, but I do feel like the trunk or treating really has replaced trick or treating. I know people call it not as fun, but I do think trunk or treating is way superior to trick or treating, because it's all in one area. It's safer. There's people around. You can have a lot more control over who and what is coming in and out. And it's a faster, more concentrated effort than wandering house to house. But there is something about getting that experience, right? Like getting the experience of going from door to door and never knowing what you're going to get. Like I understand why kids want that experience, but trunk or treating is better, I think, in every way, shape, and form. Like 6 people tuned out when I said that. So apparently I offended the Halloween enthusiasts by saying trunk or treating is better. But I will stand on that opinion. I know the Halloween debate is going to come up. Obviously, my family loves Halloween. We go out for Halloween, but obviously we're also involved in the Catholic Church, and I know that there are some Christians who still exist out there who are like, "No, you can't do anything Halloween. Halloween is the most evil, devil-filled holiday, and the devils and spirits rise up and they'll come out and grab your children if you let them do the trick or treating." And I know at some point that conversation is going to happen. I dread it. All right, we got something done here. That's one more chore checked off the list. What else we got to do? We've got to complete one of these. We need to do a void assault, and we need to do fishing, and we need to finish this void assault up here. But it's still far away. So let's go do the fishing event, I guess, because we can check that one off fairly easy. I also my this weekend my headphones broke. I've never had a pair of earbuds break, but apparently my earbuds decided to break. And I'm debating, like, I see a bunch of people talking about Nothing, the Nothing headset, and how good Nothing is as a brand. I'm debating, do I get Nothing? But I also don't like earbuds all that much, so I'm thinking about investing in. I've always wanted to get those the Shocks bone conducting earbuds that like they rest on your like jawbone, and then you hear the sound through your jawbone. Like I've heard they function. I've heard that it's quieter and not as good as regular audio. I'm really curious about that. I've always liked the idea of open ear headphones so that you can still hear everything going on. You don't have anything in your ear, but also I don't know, vibrating your jawbone to hear music just seems like not a great idea. I don't know. So if anyone's tried those, I'd love to hear from you. I'd also love to try the AirPods Max. Like, I'm not a huge music fan. Like, I'm not the audio kind of person who needs super expensive headphones. You know, I gotta listen to it on vinyl because I need the richness and fullness of it. But I am curious, like, if the $600 AirPod Maxes actually make that big of a difference, you know? Like do they make enough of a difference that people who buy them don't feel completely and utterly ripped off by purchasing them, you know? Okay, we need to catch 50 fish from this guy. I think we have all the upgrades. I think we've basically done everything but the million-point challenge from this guy. So, uh, let's go catch 50 fish. I guess we could try and get the million points. I don't know why. Like, do we really want to? Do we really want to sit here for hours on end for 10 achievement points for getting the million points on here? And part of me says no, but then you have like if you ever played WoW, you've probably heard of the time lost proto Drake, in which you have to sit around for hours and hours on end hunting down this one rare spawn that's a rare spawn of a rare spawn. So like 90% of the chance time the spawn you're looking for won't even spawn, but 10% of the time it might be the guy that you actually want, and it's just a huge waste of your time. But people love doing grinds like that. I don't, maybe they're just built different. I'm not built for those grinds, I don't think. I've never understood the appeal of grinding in games for achievements, you know? Like, achievement points just simply don't matter. So I don't know why people brag about them, I guess would be the way that I consider it. Like, it's a meaningless achievement and a meaningless thing that we do for fun. So like, why? But also like, I also have a world record in World of Warcraft for flying, so like maybe I'm not the authority to talk on wasting time because I went and did a speed run that got authenticated as the fastest run for that one. So maybe I'm just talking out of my butt here, you know? Welcome in everyone. I see a bunch of new people joined us. We're doing World of Warcraft chores today. And we're also talking about Guild Wars 3, really hoping that Guild Wars 3 shakes up the MMO landscape, really hoping that when Guild Wars 3 goes into beta at the end of this year, that people start to say, wow, World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14 are really lacking and stuck in the old ages, and we're ready for something new. I would really love, we got BlizzCon coming up, and we know that they're going to announce Classic Plus because they've been taking down all the Classic servers, right? So we know that we're going to get some form of like Classic Plus. But I would really love if they came out and said, we're going to do World of Warcraft 2, and what we're doing is we're upping all of the graphics. You know, we're bringing this game out of 2004 and we're going to bring it into the 2020s. It doesn't necessarily have to be built in Unreal Engine. I know a lot of people are getting like fatigued on Unreal Engine, but like, make the game look better. Bring it out of 2004. Bring it into the modern era, you know? I'd be very happy for that. Like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the remake in an Unreal Engine, I'm so hyped for. Keep seeing people complain about the game and that like like they changed the combat and changed other things. I don't care. I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake is going to be my game of the year. Like I loved the ship combat, I loved sailing around, I loved listening to the sea shanties, I loved exploring the world, and they're cutting out the worst parts of the game, which is like Desmond and all that. So I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake is gonna be game of the year for me. I have no doubt on that. But I know I'm also going to be alone in that since everyone's waiting for the next Grand Theft Auto. That's going to be the game of the year for most people. I'm not afraid to say it. Grand Theft Auto 5 isn't that great of a game. I don't think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be that great of a game. I think it's going to do very, very well because of memes and the role play servers and all those sort of things. But I don't think it's going to be that impressive of a game. I really feel like it's gonna rest on a lot of laurels. Like Grand Theft Auto 5, yes, it's a huge open world, but there's a couple shops and there's NPCs, but there's not a lot in that huge world. You know, it's just a giant open sandbox. And like the shooting mechanics aren't great. Nothing in Grand Theft Auto is great. Like the driving isn't as good as a racing game. The shooting mechanics aren't as good as a shooting game. Like, so it does everything, but it does nothing super well. It's just all mid tier. So I feel like Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to do that as well. That everything's going to be there. It's just going to be a mid experience at best. But again, I already know that the game is going to do very, very, very well. So, well, what does my opinion matter when they're going to make money hand over fist? They're going to print money essentially. Okay, we got the catch the fish, so we've filled out our journal a little bit more. Catch one more. Okay. Let's surface and check out our journal and see what we need to do next. What is it under? Expansion features. It's not ritual. It's not void assaults. Is it under exploration? Quests? I can't remember what here we go. Yeah, anglers, abyss anglers. We're actually pretty close to this one. We only need to gain, what is that, 35,000 more points to gain that, and then that means we're 1/4 of the way to the one with the depth. So we also need to collect some treasures. We need to swim through schools. Good morning, KFC. How's it going? All right, we got what we needed from here, though, so we'll come back to that another day. We need to go do this ritual site down here. So many things to do now that school's back. They give us 4 decently hard assignments. Are you doing some form of like summer school or extra prep school? I thought school was out. Maybe like an AP school? I remember getting, when I did AP English, I got a lot of like the reading list where you had to read 3 books over summer. I did that very poorly. I don't think I belonged in AP English, and I hated all those books. Not all of them. I read 1984. I like that one. But I had to read Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre and Beloved, and I despised all of those. In the Philippines, they're trying to transition where the school year starts every year and then move it like 1 month. Okay, interesting. How's the weather been there? I've heard that the super El Nino that's allegedly coming is going to super impact the Philippines. A lot of storms, a lot of really hot, humid stormy weather. Okie dokie. Let's do this ritual. I think I only have to complete a ritual for this. I don't think I need to do a hard one. We need void assaults, world quests. Let's see, bosses, rainbows, void assault. Yeah, it says just complete one. So we'll just do this quickly. Not too much yet, but could be different up north. We're having a lot of earthquakes. So that's nothing new. We had our first taste of the heat wave. We hit 90, like 95 yesterday, 95 degrees. And people were all up in arms. They're like, this is the beginning of a heat wave, but it's going back down. So a building did collapse, though. Really? All right, that's one guy down. Okay, we'll activate that. Next guy is up here. I keep meaning to. We've got a restaurant that opened up that serves authentic Filipino food that I really, really want to go try. I keep meaning to go try it. I really want to go see what that cuisine's all about. We also tried. There was a viral in our area, a Barilla pizza that was really, really famous in our area. We went and tried that. Like, it wasn't bad, but I don't know. I don't trust when TikTokers say that, like, oh, you've got to try this food. It's the best food ever. Like, I just don't trust that opinion. We did get, there was up in Washington. There was this viral restaurant that was giving out bears, like, for drinks. They do these huge sweet drinks in a bear, and everyone wanted those bears. So we did a trip to go up there. Like, we got the drink. The drink wasn't anything special, but the trip was. Like, the trip was a lot of fun to go up to Washington, to road trip up there, get the bears. So, like, that one was worth it for the trip. And then we went to, like, an observatory to watch the night sky and all sorts of things like that. So, like, that trip was worth it for other reasons. But I don't know. When TikTokers tell you that a food is a must try, I don't necessarily know that I trust that opinion anymore, you know? I just signed up to be a content creator for a game that's coming out, and they asked why they should pick me, and I was explaining, like, all these other content creators will be willing to say whatever you want them to for money, but not me. And that can be a real benefit, right? To have an actual honest reviewer and creator talking about your stuff, rather than someone's like, oh, well, just tell me what you want to say and how much you'll give me for that. Normie, welcome back. I've been doing pretty good. I've been focusing a lot on some photography. I've been getting really into airsoft, so doing airsoft photography, and still saving up to go to Italy. What have you been up to? Filipinos food is very good. I recommend you try it, but it's not as good as stuff like Mexican food. I'm tired. I don't know how in my area, just in a 2 mile area, I would say we probably have between 20 and 30 Mexican restaurants in just a 2 mile area where I'm at. Like, it's good food, don't get me wrong, but, like, also, I don't understand how they stay in business with that many restaurants. Like, there's one stretch of road where, no joke, on one stretch of road near my house, there are 5 different Mexican restaurants on one block. Like, how do they possibly stay in business if they're all right there? And that's not even counting, like, taco trucks. And then the wildest thing is we had a couple restaurants that went out of business that were they serve Mexican food, and then they were bought out by a place that serves Mexican food. It's like how what kind of ego do you have to say, wow, that Mexican restaurant failed there, but you know what? I'm going to open a Mexican restaurant there, and it will do just fine. Like Italy for summer sounds fantastic. I think we're planning on going in the off season, so we'll probably be going in the fall or spring. But we're trying really hard to make it to Italy. It looks like it's probably going to be next year at this rate. Unfortunately, we wanted to go this year, but I think it's going to end up being next year at this rate, unfortunately. But we're still very hyped to go take some photos, see the Pope, see all the beautiful art, drink some coffee. You know, there's a lot of stuff we're really excited for in Italy. So I hope we actually get to see Pope Leo. Like, it'd be excellent to be able to attend one of his masses, but also like, I know we'll never get an audience with him. Like, I'm nowhere near important enough to get an audience with him. But how cool would it be to get an audience with the Pope, to have just a one-on-one conversation with him? That's a hashtag goals for being a Catholic streamer, right? You know you've made it when you can get an audience with the Pope. I guess there's other ways to get an audience with the Pope, though, right? Like JD Vance has met with the Pope like 3 times because he's such a bad Catholic that he keeps getting scolded by the Pope. I don't think that's the circumstances you want to meet the Pope under. But I guess that is always one of the options, is you be such a bad Catholic that the Pope has to come out and meet with you to tell you to be a better Catholic. Like, I guess that's an option. I saw someone talking about a conspiracy that there was a news article that came out and called JD Vance President Vance for a news article, and that that was the elites. You know how the like every conspiracy theory is, oh, the elites are slowly feeding us information, so that was their way of like dry running that he's going to be president here soon. I don't know if I believe it. It sounds like someone just made an editorial error, but I also do enjoy a good conspiracy theory, so I don't mind seeing those sorts of things. All right, we've got 2 more bosses, and then we're done with this, and then we're on to the next chore. All right, that boss is down. 1 more. Hopefully we can make this fast, because this boss can get really annoying at higher levels. He runs around and he fills the screen with garbage. Although Diablo 2 or Diablo 4 right now, Diablo 4 is like the king of just absolute garbage. Like if you play a warlock in Diablo 4, like there's legitimately no way to tell what the heck is going on the screen, because there's just so much stuff happening all at once. Like I have no idea how people are able to function in that game and understand what is even going on, because there's just so much garbage all at once. Alrighty, let's get our loot. Excellent. That is another chore crossed off the list. Alright, next chore. They gotta cut the hair off this lichen? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like the likey berry? Is that what you're talking about? I'm American, remember. I don't know anything outside of my area. Unless you're talking about kiwi. Like I know a lot of people hate kiwi skin, but like the fuzziness of kiwis, I dig that. And apparently you're supposed to just eat kiwis whole with that. Have you tried pickled pancakes? I have never tried a pickled pancake, but I'd be willing to try that. Like, I like pickles. I like pancakes. I don't see why those two things couldn't go together. It'd be like a kimchi pancake. Like you get that really sourness, right? Like I'd give it a try. I'd try it. It's roast pig. Oh, no, thank you on that then. Rip Oliver Tree though. I did see something about Oliver Tree passing away in like a helicopter accident. I have no idea who that is, but I saw it on Reddit. I saw a lot of people talking about it, but I don't know who that is. All right, let's grab our loot really quick, which will probably be garbage. 259, yep. Mostly garbage. And okay, we still got something for this week. Let's check our auctions while we're here. Okay, well, thanks for showing me that. Making money, lots of money. We made 15,000 gold. All right. We'll take that. We take that. Then we gotta go up here, and it says if we salute this guy. No? Who are we supposed to... Maybe it's you? Our adventure guide said... The Catholics here, for some reason, eat pork. I don't know why, but I got so used to it, I forgot. No, the Catholics can eat pork. That's some form of Islam or Muslim that doesn't eat pork, as well as I believe Judaism doesn't. Catholics can eat pork, but I'm vegetarian, so I just don't eat any meat. I've never been a huge fan of pork as it is, so it's not a huge loss for me. Sergeant Vornin, we need to salute. Where is Sergeant Vornin? Am I blind? Dawnsetter, Silverwing, Omring, Lady. You're forgetting everything today. Jiun. Nope, Catholics have no dietary restrictions unless you count on Fridays not eating meat. Then there's that. There he is. All right, give me my points. What do you got? I didn't realize this guy was selling pets. We've got a Void Capybara. That's not great. We've got a pretty cute little Dragon Hawk. We've got an evil octopus. And then 2 mounts. Okay. That is done. What is next on the chore list? We can do battlegrounds, delves, world quests, housing. We need to go look at our house. So let's go check out housing. Got to read up. It's always. I think everyone can say that, right? Like there's no situation where reading more wouldn't be beneficial. I'm on day 289, I want to say, of Bible in a year. I've almost completely finished the Bible. Almost read the entire Bible since the start of Lent, and that has been a journey and a half. That has been a tough journey through. But I'm very glad for it. Getting all the context and understanding that you wouldn't get just reading it on your own has been such a blessing. Like Father Mike Schmitz is without a doubt in my mind a modern day saint, and his work on Catholic Bible in a year is going to go down as one of the greatest projects for getting people better at Christianity that we're ever going to see. Grab my coupons. We got coupons. And now we need a quest. See, we got blood elves. Okay. Someone have a weekly quest for me. Okay, there we go. That should be a good quest. So he wants a picture of that. Photography. Oh, and the post. Okay, we gotta do the postal quest too. Okay. Chores. You. Okay, I accept that, but give me... Maybe that quest was for last week. Maybe I messed that up. I need to buy one item from you. I've got 20 of those, one of those. I own all that. How about something new, vendors? Something new? No? Okay. Housing. Complete a weekly quest. Okay. We got that chore done. Nice. See, we can win pet battles. We can do non-skirmishings. We got crafting orders. I always thought the Catholic calendar we used today had a year 0, but I looked it up and it just goes from 1 BC to 1 AD. There are a lot of calendars out there. So I understand that. I think that, like, there's some place in Africa, I think, that's like either like 200 years above or below us. Like, there's all sorts of calendars still out there, still doing all that sort of thing, right? So it's really interesting to see the different calendars all throughout the world. Where is Dex at, by the way? Someone summon Dex. He should be here. This is the second stream he's slacked off on. All right, we need to do one of the prey, it says. Turn that in. Let's go do a prey hunt really quick. And I believe we've done most every quest for this. Let's check our achievements. Expansion features, prey. Got all the stuff we want to there. We're just missing on some of the... Defeat these guys on normal, hard. Defeat them on nightmare. I guess we need to start working on towards that to get the mount. Not a whole lot left, so let's go do... Grab all this. Select a target. All right, give me... On nightmare mode. Okay. Let's go do this. I still have no idea why people use CE and BCE at all, even though they use the same timeline as the Gregorian calendar. I swear, if I mess it up again, I'm just not calling the Gregorian calendar. Are you talking about like where people are trying to change from the before Christ, after death to before Common Era, after Common Era? Is that like the change does not make sense to me either, because like, okay, we're calling it something different, but what is the distinction before Common Era and after Common Era? Oh, it's the death of Christ. So it's the same thing. You just want to call it something different. I think that's one of those, just there's some people who are so anti-Christian, anti-God that they can't even stand saying Jesus, you know. I think it's probably something to do with that, but it doesn't make a difference, right? Like it is legitimately the same thing. So all right, let's set some stuff on fire. Burn that. Destroy that. Burn that. But don't worry, we're totally the good guys here. You know, we're just flying into this person's house and burning down all their stuff and destroying their people. Like we're totally the good guys here. AD doesn't mean after death. It means something like Anno Domini. Yeah, that is accurate. The AD stands for something in Latin, which I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm pretty sure it is Latin for year of our Lord. I think you are accurate in that. Wow, this is terrible luck. There is nothing in this area for me to kill, so now I'm just gonna suffer this debuff until I can find something that I can kill. That's really annoying. Great game design, Blizzard. So maybe that would be why we switched to before Common Era, after Common Era, is because Latin doesn't exactly exist very much anymore, which is always one of the things that super frustrates me about if you talk to like the rad trad Catholics, so many of them do this whole thing where like, oh well, if the mass isn't in Latin, it's not reverent or good enough for me. It has to, like, no one speaks Latin. Like it's such a pretentious thing. Like, oh, I only listen to my masses in Latin because it's just the better language. Like no one understands it. And you're not a better person because you sat there and learned to speak a dead language to go to church once a month, you know? Like it's just not, it's not that serious, as the kids say. That was really frustrating. This whole thing right here, this is just, Blizzard cannot do good game design at all anymore. Like the only reason I died there was because an instant kill mechanic spawned right on top of me, and there was literally nothing I could do about that. And I was already wounded because the last mechanic was going off and hurting me, because you have to destroy a mob in a certain amount of time or you take a bunch of damage, and there were no mobs around for me to fight. Like the legitimately nothing I could have done about that because nothing spawned. Like it's just awful game design from Blizzard lately. This whole expansion is chock full of really bad game design. For some reason they just have been doing really poorly lately in the game design department. Which again is why I'm really hoping that Guild Wars 3 kicks them in the butt and says, "Hey, we should be learning from these new guys and doing something better rather than just treading water." Why do we even still learn Latin in school? I think it's pointless. I think we're much better off learning an actual language in school, right? Like rather than Latin, learning Mandarin, Spanish, could all be very useful skills that are actually like real world applicable. I would definitely much rather see kids learning that. One of the other things I hate to see that I would love schools to change is here, at least in America, it is required in a lot of schools that you take some sort of language. And so a lot of times we will take Spanish, which great. Again, we want people to learn Spanish. That is a good skill to have. But I absolutely despise seeing kids who are already bilingual taking the Spanish class for an easy A and just doing nothing during the entire class. Like they should definitely say, "Hey, you're already bilingual because of your home life, so go take a different language and learn something new." It's just frustrating to see some kids get just that easy A and then nothing out of it. And that is true. It is the root of a lot of the romantic languages. So I guess if you learned Latin, you would be able to learn things like Spanish and Italian easier. So that is one of the benefits. I guess if you spend the time to learn Latin, you'll probably be able to understand those languages at least to some degree. Like I learned Spanish and I became bilingual for work, and then I stopped speaking it, and I always regretted not just keeping through with it because I was doing so well with it. And now that I'm taking Italian lessons to go to Italy, I actually can do some of the Italian pretty well because I already have like that base language, that root is still there. So some things are just like, oh yeah, I recognize that word, or I know what it's saying or doing there because I already speak a little bit. So I guess there is that benefit, you could call it. Okay, we got some bird aggro. Let's punch the birds. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't mean to use my special ability. It's kind of a waste. And it's stuck in the wall. Good game design, Blizzard. Good job. I still don't understand why everyone hates the French, or at least why it's a meme. I think it's a combination of poor understanding of history, as well as the consequences of constant memes. Because like the only reason why America even exists is because of the French. Like the French helped us in our war when they did not have to. So like we owe a great debt to the French for that. So that was very helpful. But you hear about like the French surrenders, especially like in World War II and a couple other surrenders that they did. So it just became a meme. So people don't understand the actual history of the French army and what the French has done. And then they hear the memes of them being cowards and all that. And then it just solidified like after 9/11, there was this piece going around where, oh, didn't you hear that the French don't want to help us recover after 9/11. They don't want to help us in the war, so they're cowards. And there was like a legitimate push where people like, okay, well then we need to remove French from our language. Like there'll be no more French vanilla ice cream. French vanilla ice cream will now be called Freedom Vanilla, and French fries, we're renaming French fries to be vanilla, or to be Freedom Fries because of how much we dislike the French, because they're all cowards and they won't help us, and all of that. So I think it's a poor understanding of history and memes. And it just goes to show you like how problematic is it that there are people who legitimately base their thoughts off of memes, right? Like they go through their day-to-day life thinking that the memes that they've read are accurate representations of the world and history. Like zero understanding. Allied propaganda. I mean that part makes sense, right? Like propaganda unfortunately works, right? And like the thing I think a lot of people forget is like the second you think that you're immune to propaganda is when you become vulnerable to propaganda, right? Like the second you start thinking like I'm too smart for falling for propaganda is the exact second that propaganda will begin to work on you. The reason why it exists across every nation in every way, shape, and form is because propaganda is so effective at altering the way we we see, perceive, and understand our world, right? So that is definitely one of the dangers that exists out there. All right, 10 minutes, and that's another journal done, another chore completed. Like if you talk to random people about World War II, at least in America, you'll be shocked how many people you see who are like they still think that Russia was the bad guys in World War II. Like they think that because Russia was the enemy during the Cold War, that obviously Russia was always the enemy, and therefore the Russians were the bad guys in World War II. Also, like it shouldn't surprise anyone that Americans have a lack of understanding about a lot of things. All right. Next chore. Let's throw these things out. They are taking up inventory space. We don't need that. We don't need that. And we don't need that. All right, next chore. We've got just under 20 minutes left. Actually, we've got 23 minutes left, so we got a little bit of time. Got quests, delves. Could earn honor, battlegrounds, gathering. Upgrade using dawn items. Potions, oils, reflecting prisms, or save. Let's go to the Argentina. We should be able to do that pretty easy. Let's go see. All right, we need oils and fun things. Trays. We don't need trays. We're not looking for those. We're not looking for those. We need one of those. Okay, that's one item. Oh, that's a pygmy oil. We need that. Okay. Grab that. All right, we got it. Collected fun items from the Argentina. Quest done. Next. Upgrade. We've got stun. Oh, decor duel. Okay, we can do decor duel. That'll be easy-ish points. All right, prop hunt time. Let's see what else we got here. Khadgar's got a portal to Hellfire Peninsula. Got some stuff I can't buy yet. And cantles. All right, we're playing queue simulator now, where we're just gonna sit in queue for a while. Oh, Misha's here. Hello, Misha. That's Rexar's bear. Does that mean Rexar is somewhere around here? There's Nisha. That's not who we're looking for. Where's Rexar? Pepe's here. And there is a kitty on the couch. Peanut. Hello, Peanut. My school's obsessed with overworking. It's crazy. I swear they're trying to brainwash us into the worker mindset. I mean, that is the point of school, right? At least in America, the point of school is to get people ready for either prison or for laboring all day. So that you're not wrong in that, I don't think. All right, while we're waiting for this, let's go do this quest really quick. We need to go collect some smelly sand, apparently. Oh, there's a lot of sand. Okay, so we need to collect 20 handfuls of sand and a sack of fragrant sands. And fight a dinosaur, which is not full of sand. Okay, one more. One more should do it. Come on, Q, pop. 6 minutes. Apparently no one's playing Decor Duel this morning. Which, have you seen that there's that Chameleon game that's come out on Steam? I'm seeing a lot of stuff about the Chameleon game, and I kind of want to play the Chameleon game. It looks like a lot of fun where you have to like hide an area and uh paint your character to look like the wall. It looks like a lot of fun. You tend to point out things you don't like no matter how obvious it is. All right, let's grab a Volpera banner. Excellent. I mean, I think most people can see that the point of school in America is not for education. The fact that we're using books from like the 1950s and that all of our tests are about memorizing things pointlessly. Like I could not imagine like if I went to my employer and said, "Hey, I did this work all purely based off of memorization. I didn't look at your guides. I didn't read any of the resources because I know how to memorize things." Your employer would be like, that's bad. We want you to read the things. We want you to open the handbook and reference it every time. Don't just do things based off of memory, right? So like it was pretty clear that the whole point of school is not to actually teach us anything useful. It's to get you ready and beaten down to be a part of the system. Come on, Q. 2 more minutes. I want to be a chair. I want to play as a chair. Oh, my phone just went off. We got another national weather advisory. Let's take a look at the National Weather Service advisory for today. Heat advisory until 11 p.m. tonight because temperatures expected to reach 98 degrees. Okay. That's not great. But also I've seen parts of the world hitting 115 and 120 already, so I'll take 98. I'll take 98 degrees over 120 degrees any day of the week. I definitely do not want to put up with that. All right, what do you got for sale, Ari? You've got all sorts of books, codexes, ledgers. Very cool. All sorts of books, oils. Oh, and I need that. A savory deviant delight. We've been playing classic WoW and fishing these things up because when you eat them, they turn you into different things. Like I'm a pirate, and it's very very useful for making money. All right, we haven't played with this yet. Oh, well, I clicked the portal. I did not mean to click the portal. I wanted to see what that chessboard was, but I guess we're doing this really quick. We need to collect 10 rusty axes. All right, I'm guessing those come off of these guys. No, they're just on the ground. It's one. Hey, where are your rusty axes, dudes? Uh, no? It's just not going to have any rusty axes for me to pick up. There we go. 2. Surreal realizing people don't have everything figured out. I still think about it after many years. I definitely agree with that, but I will say one of the things that frustrates me is you'll see all the time on TikTok saying like one of the secrets that you'll learn, one of the secrets of the universe is understanding that nobody has it figured out and everyone's just pretending to be an adult. And like, well, I don't disagree with the sentiment. I get what they're saying. Like, I also think it's harmful to tell people that, yeah, no one knows what they're doing. No one has like, but some people do, right? Like not saying I have it all figured out, but like I bought a house at the age of 22. Like I had some things figured out. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I wanted out of life, and I've worked towards that goal. So like, I think it's very harmful to try and convince people like, oh, don't worry, no one has it figured out. Everyone's just making it up. Everyone's just pretending. Like, no. Some of us do have it figured out. Some of us do know what we want out of life. Some of us do know how to move forward. And certainly there will be parts that we learn as a part of it, like, oh, I didn't know this about myself or other things. But I think it's just as harmful to try and convince everyone that no one knows anything and no one has anything figured out. I think that's just as harmful as the opposite of when kids think, oh, all adults know everything and they have everything figured out. Both are harmful. I think we need a middle ground there. All right, one more axe. One more. That one right there. Okay. That is one more chore checked off the list. Let's go turn this in. Okay. Now, can I play this game now, please? This is what I meant to click on. This is like some sort of minesweeper, I think. I don't know. Do we have to turn all the lights out? Is that like the idea? Is you turn all the lights out? Okay, apparently that is what you're doing. All right, so now we're gonna play as a chair. So our goal is to hunt down all the props. All right, so we're hunting first, and we're gonna choose a spellbreaker, maybe. I guess we're an arcane ranger right now. All right, so all the things are hiding. Let's go find the furniture. All right. Let's see who is out of place. Nothing here. Found it. We got Kiyoyo. That's one person down, and that was the point I needed. Not you. Okay, we hit a trap. All right, that's one more person down. Three more things to find. 2 more things to find. 1 more things to find. I'm getting vibes from over here, maybe. No? Last person is hiding good. No? Nothing there, nothing there. Got him. Okay. My turn to hide. I am a set of books. Where can I hide? Maybe right here. If I can get on top of the thing. Come on. Oh, now I'm stuck. That's great. Okay. Well, and we instantly got found because I got stuck in the wall. It's a great game, Blizzard. I genuinely don't know why Blizzard wasted their time making this mode. It is so bad. It is so unbalanced. It's so glitchy and buggy. And I get that like prop hunt is so popular right now, but like there was a time when Blizzard, like when they made something, you knew that was going to be like high quality. Like they would take someone else's idea and perfect it, right? That's what World of Warcraft was. World of Warcraft was every other MMO at the time was okay. They perfected it. That's what Warcraft was. It took the RTS genre and it perfected it. That Warcraft 3 brought it to the next level. Like Blizzard used to take things and make them better, and now they just kind of make everything worse. It's so sad to see. So they were such titans of the industry, and now they're just kind of a joke of a game developer. So now we got to wait a minute and 40 seconds so we can get our achievements so that we can get our quest done. And I think it'll run out of time for the rest of the day. And then it's time to go get to work. Work. 1 more minute. Or until, I don't know, there's 3 more hiders hiding. So I do think probably the best hiding spot is like if you can hide yourself back here. I don't think a lot of people check this back corner. So like if you can wedge yourself in there pretty good, that might be a good hiding spot, depending on how good or smart the enemy is. For a long time, people were literally just like jumping down off here. They would just go out of bounds and they would hide down there. They glitched themselves down there. So that was just completely broken. But the chameleon painting game looks like a lot of fun. So I might get that one. If it's still, I'm waiting to see like if it's still for sale when it comes time for payday, I might get it. But the problem is it looks like the kind of game that everyone jumps on and memes and plays for a little bit, and then it absolutely dies after 2 weeks and no one cares about the game ever again. You know, that kind of seems like what that kind of game is going to be. All right, 10 seconds, 9 seconds, one person hidden, 5 seconds. We win. Yay, jazz hands. And for a prize. Oh well, I don't get a prize because my character is stuck. So once again, amazing programming, Blizzard. Amazing. All right, let's try this board again. So this is a electrician. So are we turning all the lights on or off? I can't figure out what we're trying to do here. Like, it keeps resetting the board, so I think I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know. Are you trying to turn all the lights on in a set number of moves? Like, is it like that? Like, I turned the entire board on that time, and is that what we're trying to do? I don't know. Is there anyone here who tells me how to play the game? No. No, there's not. All right, I think I've only got like 2 minutes left, so there's not enough time really to start anything else. So I think this is as good a spot as any to end it, because I gotta go get ready for work. So as always, let's end with our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today, we continue to pray for all the victims of the heat as the heat wave continues, as there are people who are exposed to the elements, who don't have food, shelter, water, whatever it is they need. Lord, help them. We pray for our priests. We have 4 priests being ordained this weekend coming up. We have 4 new deacons who are becoming priests, who are entering into the priesthood. Lord, help to guide them through this wondrous time, and help to guide them as priests towards helping us all to move closer to you. We pray for all the souls in purgatory, all the souls who have been forgotten, all the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. And finally, as a special intention, we have Father's Day coming up. So, Lord, we pray for all the fathers, whether they be spiritual fathers, whether they be priests, whether they be actual fathers of family, whoever they are. Lord, help those fathers to help our communities, to help themselves, and help bring everyone closer to you. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, that is it for me. Thank you so much for joining me today, KFC. Thank you for hanging out and chatting with me all day. I appreciate that. You all have a great day. We'll be back at it again on Wednesday, so I will see you on Wednesday morning. We stream from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, so I hope to see you all then. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a blessed day.